Hello again, and for today's commentary, I'm going to talk about a single political issue, and just as it says in the title, it's about globalism. Why I hate globalism. Now, hate is definitely a strong word, but know that it comes in complete earnestness and absolute seriousness. Globalism is the dumbest of the regional philosophies. And what I mean by regional philosophies is pro-community, nationalism, patriotism, globalism. Globalism is the very bottom. When I hear the left talk about areas and populations, they're usually talking about their quote-unquote community, which is a kind of abstract term for the world. And the reason why I hesitated there isn't because I was thinking about it. It really just doesn't fucking make any sense. You know, people on the left love to talk about we need to help out the little guy. I am for helping out the little guy, but it comes at a certain price. It comes at the price of, yeah, but what happens if helping out the little guy affects me? It's like, oh, that's no good. What I really advocate for is to redefine community to being literally the town you live in. Because the left's version of community is a postmodern word game of it means everything and at the same time it means nothing. What does this have to do with globalism? Simple. Much like the community definition, globalism isn't just being pro-planet Earth. Yeah, definitely, it's not just being pro-planet Earth. It is a vacuum of an idea that does not have anything substantive to it. It is, oh, I like the planet we live on, but I don't like these quote-unquote arbitrary constructs of land that we call borders. You know, the things that define the boundaries of nations are borders. You know, and it all goes back to most people on the left do not understand any form of political theory. If you talk to them about certain stuff, you get this really fucking fast. Even when I was a progressive and a leftist, I tried to read books. I tried to get smart and, get good scrub. But at the same time, I also probably have said a lot of shit back in the day that is just fucking moronic. And one of the big things that I never really understood was patriotism. To me, it was that dumb concept of love your country even though it does wrong. It's not that whatsoever. It's love your country and disagree with it because you wanted to do better. That is patriotism. Nationalism is just a slightly more extreme version of this. Specifically in civic nationalism. It's like you want your values to hold sway in your country and you want your country to be the best country. That's all it is. There is no ethnic component. When people just say nationalism, there is no gender component. It is literally just I want my country and the people in it to thrive. Done. No further questions. And yet, globalism is fucking everything and nothing. It is just a ridiculous concept of, oh, well, I love the planet, man. But, why do we need these borders? Why do we need these countries? All this chest-thumping, rah-rah, flag-waving nonsense is just a system of oppression of people on the planet. And it's like, it's because you don't think about anything except in abstracts that you fundamentally don't understand what a nation state is. And the people of Europe are somehow worse because they just give up their fucking sovereignty whenever the European Union asks for it. It's like, bro, your sovereignty is like your black cherry. You only trust that with somebody, that won't fuck you. And yet the European Union is a globalist union of countries. The United Nations is a globalist forum for how we must, protect our planet and our communities and our people and our democracy. And it's just, again, empty platitudes, no substance, nothing of value, nothing to gain. And for me, that is the core of what I hate about globalism. The other key component, beyond just straight moron shit, beyond, the fucking just abstraction of what it means to be a human, is that it pretends to be enlightened thinking. That, much like atheism, it's like, I don't need this abstract concept, yet I want to force government onto everybody in every aspect of their life. And, globalism is very much hand in hand with socialism. If you are a socialist, it's kind of not cool to be a national socialist if you know your history. And yet every socialist is an internationalist. It is a globalist. Because why? They fucking hate borders. The thing that make a country. And why is that? Because they want to implement worldwide socialism. This used to be conspiracy theory shit that over time is just more and more correct. More and more people realize that globalism is just a fucking multinational corporation / government project to one day where we're fucking living under McDonald's or living under Google, living under the Chinese communist rule. To me, it's just stupidity when there are enemies at the gates. There are radical Islamists that would see globalism as a means to implement Sharia law. The Chinese communists obviously understand that globalism, globalization, these are things that can be used as weapons to enable communism. And yet, people who are globalists do not realize this. They just play dumb, act stupid, and then we're supposed to fucking listen to them. It's like, no. You people just need to read a book on why globalism doesn't work. Literally any of them. And what's so funny about globalism is just the level of propaganda used to inflate it. Currently, I was listening to Revenge of the Cis on a Monday, and they had an episode called Global Citizens, and the main segment, of course, was the Global Citizens Fest in New York City. This corporate-sponsored climate change event, which is free to the public if you prove why you should go. And most people just said, I did 10 tweets on climate change, and I got let in. And it's like, yeah, well, what's the most important issue? And it's like, does not compute. And then, yeah, their NPC programming shuts the fuck down. And to me, this is the problem in our society, globalism. I am not going to start screaming about it like Alex Jones. I am trying to be as rational as I can when I explain these subjects. Because, yeah, they do enrage me, but I don't think I will get anywhere just being angry just yet. I think over time, if this shit does not improve, you have every fucking right to get angry about it. It's absolutely maddening that people who claim to have your best interests in mind fucking don't, and then yell at you when you disagree with them. This is like children's shit. This is like kids throwing their poop at you. And yet we're supposed to just go along with this? No. I'm sorry. Globalism is a failed project. The big defeat of globalism, the first victory against it, was the vote to leave the European Union by the United Kingdom government. And yet they won't do it. Because why? The people in charge love globalism. Donald Trump becoming the United States president, number 45, is the second great victory. And yet people have not learned from this. And Donald Trump keeps hiring neocons, globalists, keeps hiring Ziocons, globalists, keeps listening to his daughter, globalist. Like, the globalist mindset is like the earworms in Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan. And that once it's in, it's plugged the fuck in, man. Like, you are literally going to have to break the conditioning in order to get a grip on reality and realize that, oh, I am promoting this vacuous ideology that just spouts empty platitudes and in the end will collapse nations and bring forth corporate government, which is something that I think everyone, if it was explained to them, would freak the fuck out about. So, to the globalists out there, to all you losers, tread lightly, because globalism is losing, and it's just gonna continue.